YouTube, what's up? Trav.Builds here. Finally bringing you another video. It's been like a month. I know, a whole month. Or even longer than that. I don't know. Long story short, I dropped the rear end off in my last video, I think. And it was the week after Thanksgiving or Christmas. I don't remember, one of the two, but whatever. Long story short, the rear end's been done for weeks. My buddy who did it had wrote my phone number down wrong, so he couldn't get a hold of me. It wasn't really until I messaged him on Instagram and I'm like, hey dude, like, not to be that person, but what's the status of this rear end? And he's like, oh my God, I had your number wrong. So I gave him the right number, picked it up last week. It's good to go. We got the Eaton True Track installed with the 373 gears, all new bearings and seals throughout the entire axle, and the upgraded Mosier 30 spline, I think they are, axles. So I'm not worried about this 10 bolt at all. Hey buddy, what are you doing? Yeah, we're back on film again, Kaiser. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Don't mind him, he just hit the tripod. We're gonna get this rear end back under the truck. We're gonna get everything bolted in and put it back on the wheels. So let's jump right in. I gotta do a little bit of cleaning first, so I'll throw you on time lapse, get this area cleaned up. Probably gonna take some of the links off to make it easier to get the rear end, because if you remember my last video, we fought to get this thing out because I was lazy and didn't take everything off like I should have. So let's get into it. All right, let's got some stuff out of the way. I forgot that I need to put the new diff cover on the rear end, so all of this can bolt together. So I need to finish taking some of these links out because you got to put some anti-seize on everything. We're just gonna rest everything on my, $800 aluminum gas tank, because why not, you know? So let me do my best to get this rear end dragged over here. It's kind of piled on top of my engine hoist. I can't think today. It's cold in here. I don't want to turn the heat on yet because I'm just a mess. I'll see you in a second. All right, we got the 10 bolt here. I screwed that in a little much. Let's get this cover off. Show you guys what we got hiding inside. And then we're gonna put the new one on. We got some new hardware. Got a gasket. Got some gasket sealer. Probably gonna have to clean the mating surfaces on this thing. I don't know. Look at that. Lovely, lovely True Track. Oh, looks like this has already been cleaned up for me. Nice, I did that at the shop. Gonna give it a quick once over and go from there. So yeah, I know you can't see the axles or any of that fun stuff, but I promise you it's in there. I'll tell you what, I gotta get myself a better tripod. You guys saw what I was using for a regular tripod, you'd be like, what are you doing? But, you know, gotta work with what you got sometimes. We're gonna get this mating surface cleaned up. It's covered in oil from when I had this on before, and the rear end was leaking because it had no gasket on it. Get all this cleaned up and sure it's smooth, which it is. You'll get some good old RTV and cake it on there, throw the gasket on there, Get them snugged down, let it sit for about an hour, torque it down, call it a day. All right, bear with me here. Like I said, my tripod situation here is kind of rough. But we got some black Permatex. We're gonna run a little bit. You know, I should probably cut the end of this, huh? I'm a mess. Yeah, that works. All right. I'm coming. All right. We're back. So we got the black Permatex. Sorry, the ultra black. Let me just give this a once over. Good. This one's good. Just gonna make sure I put that diff cover on the right way. All right, let's get to gooping. The old gasket here. Figure out which way she goes. I'm gonna go with, you know, something like that. Just sit on there. Get me a bolt. Need some anti-seize. Love this stuff. Put a little dab on there, it's gonna end up all over my face. See, it's already all over my hands. This is bad. All right. I believe we gotta go this way. What I'm gonna do, I already stuck the gasket on. I'm gonna stick it on this side. Make my life 10 times easier. All right, yep, that one started. Yeah, that stuff's a mess, man. I made a video in so long, keep forgetting to like talk and keep you guys entertained, you know. This is working just swell. There we go. Now we should be all lined up. All right, I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse, get these 10 bolts in, and then we'll have something to laugh at when I'm done. All right, you saw it. 10 bolts for the 10 bolt. Tighten down. We're gonna let it sit for an hour. Come back with the torque wrench. We'll torque it down to whatever I find on Google. First thing I find on a search that tells me what to torque these down to. Now, I don't know if some of you watch my buddy Chris Fixed Roof Coupe. So he's building a 1927 Model T rat rod. He just put a 10 bolt in the back of it, except he broke one of them. And he tried to drill it out, broke the easy out. Tried to weld a nut to it, but that didn't work. So he left it. He's like, screw it. So unlike him, we have all 10 because we're not a bunch of hacks. So I'm just messing with you. It'll be fine. So yeah, let's move you guys, get this thing slid back under, and we're gonna start putting the links back on, putting the coilovers back on. What do you want? Are you bored? So yeah, let's get to it. I just realized I'm not on time lapse. That's why I wasn't talking. I was like, oh, I must be on time lapse still. No, I'm not. So, me drag this thing under here. And something like that. Close enough. Let me move some of this mess. Come on. All right. This is gonna be fun. Try to remember how to do this. Well, let me start by getting this thing centered. I guess we'll start with the side links because we can put those on. No problem. So basically, with this kit here, I'm going to go off my memory because I don't feel like going to find the instructions. I know they're on my workbench somewhere in that pile of complete disaster over there, but yeah, whatever. So it's pretty self-explanatory. I will say with this QA1 kit, the instruction manual actually tells you kind of like a baseline of where to put all your links and your measurements for everything. So it works out pretty good. I'm gonna just put anti-seize on everything because why not, you know? Because I already loaded this one up with it, but we'll put some more on just because. And yeah, I'm putting it right on the whole bolt. You know why? Because someday if I, or whoever owns this truck after me, if I ever sell it, which knowing me, I will. I don't want it to be seized inside the bushings. You know, we got a lot of metal on metal. I live in New England, not that this truck's gonna see snow or anything, but I would still hate for it to be a problem down the road. So, this here. Be real nice to get all this tightened down finally, and I'll have to already see. Andy sees the heck out of this one already, which is great. Feels nice to be getting another video back out. Kind of been bored, you know. Really had much to do. So like, see this right here? I put a bunch of anti-seize on that because it's metal on metal. The last thing I need is it getting seized into the heim joint. And this is where the fun begins. This is where the fun begins. I gotta get this back in here. get it done. While I'm boring you with this installation, I am gonna have to find the instructions because I don't remember how the hell these go on. While I'm boring you, why don't you guys, when my video's over, obviously, no, don't do it now. Don't stray away from me just yet. Oh God, there goes the anti-seize everywhere. Ugh. We're in a blunder. We're in a complete mess. Anyways, like I was trying to say, why don't you guys, when my video's over, because I'm selfish, I want you to watch the whole thing. Go check out my neighbor. He just made a YouTube channel. He's trying to get his feet wet. Unlike the car that he drives, he never gets that thing wet. He's got a Hellcat or Hell Kitty or Hello Kitty, whatever the hell they're called. Pretty sweet car. I haven't gone for a ride in it yet. He offered me a ride like last year. I haven't taken him up on it yet. Yeah, go check out his channel. I'll leave his name right here somewhere. It's like Mass Cat or Mass Kitty or Catnip. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, he's getting his feet wet with YouTube. I talked to him at the gym. I told him he should do it. And he did it. So maybe I could persuade him to sell it and buy a real car. I don't know. I don't know what else there is out there these days for real cars. Everything's electric and stupid, but all right, I'm done rambling. I'll throw you guys on time lapse and get this dang rear end put together. You know, sometimes it's good to just turn the camera off and get to work. By the way, you like the new Carhartt hat? Got it for Christmas. I'm trying to be like, you know, hip like all those cool kids these days. Anyways, everything's in except for the coilovers. I just got to bolt those in. Hi, puppy. Yeah, I don't think YouTube would have liked some of the words I was saying when I was trying to get all this in. But we're good. So what I'm gonna do, get the jack under there, bolt the shocks on, and then we're gonna tighten everything down for the final time. So found the instructions. I had to pull them out. Couldn't remember how things went, you know. Is what it is. So let's time lapse it. All right, moment of truth. We're back on the ground. We got a roller again. Let's go. No, not you, dog. Usually when I say let's go, it's to the dog. All right, we're rolling again. So now, what I need to do is tighten. Oh, excuse you. Hi, hello. What do you think about all this? You don't know? All right. Yeah, so let me get all this stuff tightened down and then we'll be good. This is going to be a terrible video. My brain is just not there today. Actually, it's not there any day, but whatever. Put you on time warp yet again. Get this rear end tightened down. I struggled tonight, but got the rear end in. It's all bolted in. Everything's tightened up. Some things got moved around a little bit when I first installed this mock-up. My measurements, I was off like 1/8 of an inch. It's like to the rear end being centered. Now we're like 5/16 off, whatever. But it's all together. It's tightened down. Can finally check that off the list. Take you guys off of here. Resting on the tires again. Everything bolted up. You can see this thing has just so many different measurements and measurements. Adjustment, so much adjustment. I am tired today. But yeah, pretty wild setup I got going on back here, huh? All these links and coilovers and panhard bars and whatever this thing is, and yeah, I don't know. So that's gonna do it for the rear end. It's finally done, bolted in, I'm happy. I think what we're gonna move on to next, and it's gonna be a slow progress because, like I said before, the funds are a little down. But I think we're gonna tear into the motor. I did just buy a CTS-V pan pickup tube and windage tray for the LS. I could have ran the truck pan, it probably would have been fine, but the more ground clearance, the happier I'm gonna be. It's one thing I don't have to worry about. So we got a CTS-V pan we're gonna put on the LS. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the heads off, check the cylinder walls, make sure they're good, which I'm sure they are. If I gotta put a little ball hone down them, I'll go buy one and do that. So we're gonna do new head gaskets, timing chain. We're gonna just freshen up the motor. I'm gonna get a cam, I think. I'm gonna call Texas Speed, tell them what I got going on, have them get me the correct cam. Obviously, some chop to it. So, you know, cam, springs. I hate stock intakes. I despise them. I think they're the ugliest thing GM could have ever made, but we're gonna run it. I don't want to spend $800 on like a Holley intake or a Texas Speed intake or $1,000. Like I'm all set. So I'm gonna run either the factory truck one that I have, or try to find a TBSS one. And then I'm just gonna get like a beauty cover for like 50 bucks. I've seen them, they look great. Slap that over the top of it, hide all the coils, all that stuff. So that's kind of what I think I'm gonna do next. Now that the suspension is dialed in. I don't wanna say dialed in, but it's put together. So I think next video, we're gonna start tearing down the motor and do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Sorry, I'm just staring at the motor in the background. Just sitting there looking at me like, save me. So yeah, terrible video that I threw together for you tonight, but I got to get something out there. It's been a while. So if you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it. If you skip through to the end, which you probably did, that's fine too, because it's better than nothing. So try to get some better content out for you. You know, this really is literally thrown together. It's like going to the dump, picking up a bunch of trash, throwing it in a pile, and calling it a day. This guy, he's getting bored too. So we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna head into the garage, and oh my God, see, I'm tired. We're gonna head into the garage. We're in the garage. We're gonna head into the house, put this video together for you guys. Throw it out there. You watch it, you know it, you don't. Like, comment, share, subscribe, tell all your friends, or don't, but it would help. All right, we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.